When speaking of the dark mode UI trend, we can't help but mention readability. That is because readability is so dependent on the contrast between the text and background. We already made a video on the importance of color contrast in dark designs, but today we will focus solely on readability. Let's look at some tips on color, spacing, font choice, and contrast that you could follow when designing dark and not only dark interfaces for apps and websites. First, be careful with pure white. It is a bright color and it would visually vibrate against dark backgrounds, making the text harder to look at. That's why Google Material Design recommends using various shades of gray that you can achieve by lowering the opacity of white text. Like high emphasis text should have an opacity of 87%. Medium emphasis text is applied at 60% and disabled text uses an opacity of 38%. If you need to make text elements or labels of any other color other than white, make sure to use lighter color tones in the 200 to 50 range, because they have better readability on dark themed surfaces and maintain appropriate contrast without causing eye strain. And make sure you don't make long paragraphs or sentences of any other color other than white or gray. Speaking of the background color, it is recommended to avoid pure black backgrounds, since they tend to overstimulate the retina and cause eye strain when paired with white text. To allow your users to read for longer periods of time, consider changing the color from black to dark gray or darker shades of other color using the overlay technique that we showed in one of the older videos. Choosing the font for your copy, make sure it is easily readable. The perfect option here would be picking a sans serif font and avoiding handwritten or display fonts, for example, at least for sentences and phrases longer than a couple words. Also, avoid using uppercase for long paragraphs, since sentence case is known to be better for legibility. As for the spacing, mind the point size, kerning, leading, and line length. Adding more white space between paragraphs and text elements will also help readability. The best way to align your text would be to the left, since in the Western world people are mostly used to read from left to right. Aligning your text to center is fine for short phrases, when also using bolder type and bigger point size. Another quick tip, light text on a dark background can appear more bold than dark on light. That's why you may want to use lighter font weights for dark mode. So to sum up, dark background won't hurt readability if you take an extra step towards making the design more accessible, like maintaining enough contrast between text and background, picking bigger font size, making sentences and paragraphs shorter, and if the page is very data or text heavy, consider mixing sections with dark background with the white background ones to assist readability and make the info more digestible. So that's pretty much it for this video. I hope you picked a couple useful tips and gonna apply them to your own designs. By the way, if you haven't heard about TemplateMonster marketplace, make sure to check this out, because we not only sell WordPress and Elementor templates, but also a ton of other things like presentation templates, graphics, illustrations, and the marketplace will be growing even bigger in the nearest month, so make sure you check this out if you need any type of digital products. We're always happy to see you in our marketplace as either a seller or a customer. Thank you so much for watching, see you in the next one.